had a tutorial on how to use the move, rotate, and scale commands. And we drew a basic cube in Maya, and here's the cube on the grid again. I just redrew it. And we learned about using the spacebar to change views. Alright, so now we're going to do some more interesting things with our cube. We're actually going to deform this a little bit and change the shape of it. So if you want to learn how to do that, just keep watching. Okay. So like we learned before, we're going to right click and drag to faces so we can select some of our faces. Okay. And we're going to do an extrude. Now extrude means when you take something and you pull sort of out of it. So that's what we're going to do with this. So we highlight our face that we want to extrude, and you don't have to really be on any of these. We want to be on the move tool. Doesn't really matter. So right now notice that we're in polygons. That's important because then you won't have the meshes up here. And right now we want to mesh, and or is it edit mesh? Oh yep, edit mesh. And we want to extrude. Okay. So now you can't tell right now, but you've extruded. So if we take the move tool and pull up, you can see that we just made another part. And we're going to shrink that in a little bit. See? That's our new extruded part. And see, the original face is still selected? Okay. If you want to extrude again, G remembers what you've already done, and you can just pull up again. Now G is very useful. It's not just for extrude, it's for any command that you do last. And it remembers it, so you can just keep doing it over and over. And, well, you can shrink that a little bit. Okay, so now we get kind of a shape going. Alright, good. So, let's go back to object mode. And let's look at our shape. We've got our two extruded parts. And now we're going to do a cut. So let's go back to faces. Select the top face and go to edit mesh and cut faces tool. Okay. So kind of get your screen even. If you want, you can even use a space bar and change to the top view right there. Whoops. I want to click the top view, not cut. Okay. So now you see how my cursor is changed to this sort of like weird looking arrow? That means we're ready to cut. Okay. So if you want a straight cut, hold shift down and just click. And you see the line? That's where the cut's going to be. So you let go of the mouse and let go of shift, and there's your cut. Okay. So we don't want to extrude anymore, so we're going to go back to select or cut anymore. Okay. And let's go back to perspective. And now we have these two halves, so let's do something with them. Let's extrude this one. Now we know how to extrude. Zoom out a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And you can cut and extrude one part and not the other. See? We can even extrude this. And you can cut and extrude all day long. Now if you want to cut through more than one piece, you can select multiple faces like that. See, I've selected all of these. I don't want to select the bottom, so I'm going to shift and unclick the bottom because I don't want to select the bottom. And I am going to switch to the front view, so I'm going to press spacebar and then let's click on the front. Hey, come here. And then spacebar again. And reselect. You just make sure my bottom's not selected. Hey Maya, stop it. Okay. And I'm going to select that. I'm just going to see in my perspective view that I did not select the bottom, so let's go back to the front. And we're going to go back to edit mesh. And cut faces tool. We're going to hold down shift to get a straight face. And there's our cut. Now let's go back in perspective. We don't want to cut anymore. And you can see that the cut has been applied to all the faces we selected. Okay, so that was Extrude and Cut Faces tool. If you want to learn more basics, look at some more of my basic tutorials.